Like for a minute there, I felt like people were like, okay, plastic surgery might not be a good idea because everyone looks the same. And when you're young and you start getting procedures done, then you look older than you really are. So I feel like we were right on the cusp of realizing, hey, actually, it's okay to get older. Plastic surgery actually doesn't have to be the answer. We can just age gracefully and be normal people. I feel like we were almost there. And then they're like, actually, we have a magic potion that's going to make you look like you just crawled out of the womb. What is happening with the celebrity faces? I have to tell you guys, I'm kind of scared. What's going on? Because this week we saw two people debut new faces. One of them, which we've talked sort of slightly on this channel about, but like as sort of a side note, was Kris Jenner. Now, we talked about Kris Jenner last Friday because she had debuted some of the worst fashion I've seen in a hot second. Those suits were some of the worst things I've ever seen. Like, they weren't even cute on any kind of a level. They were hideous. But I was so distracted by that, I wasn't actually looking at her face. The other thing she was debuting, apart from a total lack of fashion sense in Paris, was the fact that she has like a legitimately new face. Kris Jenner has had facelifts over the years. They've discussed it on their show, et cetera, et cetera. So her getting work done, I mean, obviously the whole family is in and out of that plastic surgeon's like it's an ice cream parlor. I mean, like they are in and out. They're getting this done. They're getting that done. They're getting this tugged. They're getting, it's like it's a procedure every other day for these people. But there seems to be something going on in Hollywood in which people's faces are being dramatically changed so that they look like they're literally aging backwards. I don't know what they're using. I don't know what witchcraft, what alchemy, what brew have we created that these people's faces look like they're like 15, 20 years younger. This week we saw all of these pictures of Kris Jenner and I legitimately thought it was Kim dressed up like her mom. Because, they do that from time to time. They all like, there's like been varieties of episodes in which different ones of her kids have dressed up like her. So I thought at first it was like, what is this, like a tribute to Kris Jenner? Like, I don't know, is it her birthday or I don't know. Like, they always have all these reasons why they do it. No, this is Kris Jenner's new face. What the heck is happening in Hollywood? Like, you guys, are they really drinking the baby's blood? Like, last time we were talking, we were saying that Anne Hathaway had a new face. She had a facelift that was so subtle but so good. Most normal people at her age would not be thinking about getting a facelift because I think she's like my age, right? I don't know. Maybe I can get a facelift, but I'm not worried about it. And I think she's just like a couple years older than me. So young that I think at a different time we'd be like, you don't need a facelift. Isn't a facelift something you'd get when you're like, I don't know, 70? But no. So getting these like tiny little facelifts like along the way is something that these younger celebrities are doing in order to mitigate the curse of looking old. Obviously, Lindsay Lohan was the first one of the celebrities who really came out and everyone was like aghast. Like, what did Lindsay do to her face? She looks amazing. And, you can consider how rough she had looked the last time we saw her. Wasn't so hard for her to like have a glow up. But it was substantial. I mean, she did look good. Okay. But then we see a variety of other celebrities also having these procedures done. So we've got Lindsay Lohan, we've got Anne Hathaway, and the older set, we've got Kris Jenner with a brand new face, and Martha Stewart seems to have had some work done. She's got a brand new face. The thing is that all of these people I feel like look good. I just don't know what it is they're doing. Like what, I need some plastic surgeon to tell me what is happening. And how was this just now discovered? That's the other thing I don't understand. How was this just now discovered? What have you guys been doing? Because, we have other celebrities who aren't going to the same doctors and they are getting butchered. What happened to you, Jessica Simpson? You know what I mean? Like that, Jessica Simpson's getting the old school plastic surgery and it's looking pretty bad. But who is this new generation? Who are these other people that are giving Kris Jenner the face of a 35-year-old? What hallowed halls has she walked into that are performing these kinds of surgeries? But Jessica Simpson looks like she's, going to a strip mall to get her lips done. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely a dichotomy of plastic surgery. And I think the thing that's a little bit sad and scary and frightening is that now that there are these procedures that are being done that look legitimately amazing. These people do not look like they have plastic surgery. They literally look like they're aging backwards. There's going to be more and more and more of this feeling that if you look your age, it's wrong. Because now we have people in Hollywood who are not only not looking like their age, but they're aging backwards. And the plastic surgery they got isn't making them look stupid. Like for a minute there, I felt like people were like, okay, plastic surgery might not be a good idea because everyone looks the same. And when you're young and you start getting procedures done, then you look older than you really are. So I feel like we were right on the cusp of realizing, hey, actually, it's okay to get older. Plastic surgery actually doesn't have to be the answer. We could just age gracefully and be normal people. I feel like we were almost there. And then they're like, actually, we have a magic potion that's going to make you look like you just crawled out of the womb. I'm discouraged by that because I just want people to be allowed to be age older. I want this to be okay. You know, I don't want to feel as a woman, as I'm getting older and wiser and more worthwhile to have in your company because I've learned some things and I'm more kind and I'm trying to be more compassionate. And as I age and become a better version of who I was and who I am, and as I'm becoming something better, I don't want to be distracted by the fact that, oh, my wrinkles, people don't want to look at me because I'm old now. And, you know, my mom was not a person who cared about getting older. Now, she did die when she was 46, so she was like super young when she passed away. But there was never this sense of fear in her about aging. It just wasn't part of her conversation. It wasn't even part of her thought process. She didn't have all these creams and potions and everything, but she was a super joyful person, super loving person, and she never looked old. I don't even remember one wrinkle on her face. But if she had, what would that have meant? Nothing. It would have meant nothing. Who cares if you get older? But we're living in a society now that's like, now that this plastic surgery is becoming so good, and eventually I'm sure that will become more available to people, and, you know, the strip mall plastic surgery look will be a thing of the past. It's going to become more and more not okay for you to be a human being aging and getting wiser. Now you're going to have to become even more obsessed with looking like you're 24. Well, I'm not 24. Thank God for it. It was the worst when I was 24. I mean, really and truly, I don't want to look like that girl. I don't want to be that girl. I want to be who I am. And I want it to be okay to have some wrinkles in my face. And I don't want to be like a Kris Jenner who is, you know, all these grandkids and all this, and she's just running after the fountain of youth and like just desperate to look like her daughters. But you're not. You get to not be that. You could be something better than that, you know? And it's like when you get older, it doesn't mean you're not pretty anymore. I can think of so many women that I've known who, you know, didn't take a bunch of procedures and change their face, but like they were really beautiful older women. Like I want to be like that person who comes in with all this age and wisdom and grace, and I want to be like that. I don't want to be this person that is so obsessed with my youthful self and trying all the day long to look back to that time when I like felt like I was really hot. Well, I'm that different person now, though. I want to celebrate that. I don't want to get rid of my laugh lines. I don't want to get rid of the face that said like I've lived a very happy life. Anyway, that's just my little spiel. But as my final story, Cheryl Burke from Dancing with the Stars was having a freak out this week because she's clearly has a new face, but doesn't want to own up to it. Like her face is completely different. And she's like, I'm not on Ozempic. I didn't get a face transplant. I haven't had a bunch of plastic surgery. Everyone needs to just get off my back. This is just my face now. You guys, these people don't look the same. And if you're in Hollywood and you want to get work done, yeah, like literally everyone's getting work done. Like you don't need to be all embarrassed about it or anything. But just admit that you had some work done. Like, don't try to make the masses think that this is just like you just woke up and you had a brand new face. Like, that has never happened to you? Really? Happens to me like every other week. You have something's happened to your face. Now, as a person who, when I gain weight, when I lose weight, it shows in my face first. And I would be annoyed if I lost weight and people are like, looks to me like you're on Ozempic. You know, it's like, well, that's just where I lose weight first. So maybe that's the circumstance for her. Maybe she just went, you know, actually was working out and everything like that. And, you know, she just lost some weight in her face. But I feel like it's more than that, you guys. Like, does losing weight make this happen? You know what I'm saying? I think not. So, you guys, everyone's lying to us all the day long. The politicians are lying to us. The celebrities are lying to us. Like, we can't lie to each other. You know, like, let's just come together on this channel and let's just, like, have some reasonableness. Let's just like have some like honest truth. Let's just chat. And that is why I love talking to you guys, because we can just be honest and like say the real things. The rest of the world's going to lie to you. And I can promise you this, I never will.